Terry Michael, the Bible lady. We're going to talk about in the middle of trouble. One of the most famous scriptures in the Bible is, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel." That's in Isaiah 7:14. Easy to remember, 7:14. So this was spoken in the middle of King Ahaz's trouble. Boy, did he have big trouble. The kings of Syria and Israel were at war against Ahaz. But Ahaz, now he was a bad character. He wasn't like the fathers before him. In fact, the father before him was good, and his son after him was good, Hezekiah. But he was not. He didn't serve God like King David. He walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, and he even sacrificed his son through fire. But God told Ahaz in Isaiah 7 to trust in him when it was in the midst of this war, and that the opposing kings would not be victorious. He even told Ahaz that in 65 years that Israel would not, they would be scattered. They would not be. And he ended in telling Ahaz, "If you do not stand in your faith, you will not stand at all." That's Isaiah 7:9. But Ahaz didn't listen. He went to the king of Assyria and he said, "I am your servant and son." That's in 2 Kings 16:7. He took the silver and the gold from the house of the Lord and he gave it to the king of Assyria. The king of Assyria did help Ahaz, but there's a greater price. Ahaz then made an idolatrous altar like the one at Damascus. He had his Uriah, the priest, who was a Levite, he had him make one, and he had him offer burnt offerings on it morning and evening. Then he cut the borders of the bases in the temple, and he removed the laver from the temple. He took down the sea and the brazen oxen that were under it, and he put it under a pavement of stones. He took those things from the house of the Lord to give to the king of Assyria. That's in 2 Kings 16, 17, and 18. And during Ahaz's wickedness, his idolatry and total shamelessness with the things of God, in the middle of that, in the middle of his trouble, in the middle of war, in the middle of everything, God announces how he will bring deliverance to us all. Because that's where Isaiah 7:14 is proclaimed. We serve a wonderful God. He reveals that what he's planned since the Garden of Eden. There's going to be a child. Not just a child, but a very special one. The Lord told King Ahaz about this special babe, the one with royal blood, as the Virgin Mary would conceive through the power of the Holy Spirit. Remember, Jesus was born through the tribe of Judah. That makes Jesus Jewish. Israel is the chosen. Now, what did God say about Israel in the New Testament? Well, he's looking for them to return to him. I want you to read Romans 11, because I'm going to talk about it next, and also look at the destruction of the second temple. Until then, blessings.